business opportunities, and cultural experiences waiting for you. Book your tickets now before they're gone on eventbrite.co.uk. Call or text +447 438 893 190 or 080 330 46768 or +447 459 071 747. Visit our website superiorradioandtelevision.com. Nigeria Week London 2025, celebrating the best of Nigeria, is partnered with Civil Society, scaling up nutrition in Nigeria.
Hello world, good morning. This is Rise and Shine Nigeria on ARTV, and it's your girl Mirabal. Reaching you live from SRTV studio in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. Of course, we all know that yesterday was June 12th, and some people celebrated, while some people did not. Some had their reservations. It was like a public holiday. A remarkable day for our hero, MQ Abiola. It was a good one. And today is June 13th, Friday. It's weekend. And I trust we're going to enjoy our weekends today. But today we have a very interesting topic, which says, are leaders a problem or blessings? You know, the truth is, in as much as we complain about our leaders, how they've not been fair to us, how they've not been so transparent or care about us as Nigerians, I feel that it's still a blessing to some people. If we are not benefiting, there are other people that benefit. There are other people that will tell you that, in fact, if you're not a kind of gaining from something, you might actually feel like it's not good. You know, we have a lot of people that are actually suffering presently in the country, but it will not stop the fact that not everybody, we cannot deny the fact that not everybody, right, is really suffering right now in Nigeria. Some people are actually doing well, some people are actually doing so fine. In fact, they are making more money while others are suffering. But if we want to be sincere with ourselves, as an average Nigeria, do you think that our leaders have actually been a blessing to us or they've been a problem? But before I continue with this topic, let me bring in my colleagues from Asaba, my colleague from Asaba, Evelyn. Good morning, Evelyn. How are you?
Hi, Mary. How are you doing? How's
I'm okay.
Abuja?
Abuja is fine. Abuja is cool with our
I can
commissioning
see
and
that.
our projects that are ongoing. You know, we've been commissioning
Yeah.
a lot of roads lately, and well, it's been a good one. So how is
Maybe very
Asaba?
soon Abuja will be our abroad.
London, yes, and London that because it's actually looking fine right now with the
Yeah.
help of
We are co-
minister
we are
and
coping. We are coping here in
president.
Asaba.
Okay, so you know, a lot happened yesterday, right? Being June 12th, just like I said, they were supposed to hold the protest, which later didn't happen. I think reason best known to them. Just like I said, it was a remarkable day for our hero. But something so sad actually happened still. The Indian air. You know, the thing is, for those of us that are alive, you see us complaining, lamenting about the hardship, about how it's not been easy for us. But there are still people today that wished they were alive, that wish they were still here to even join in the struggling. Let's struggle, let's see how we can survive. There are people that could not survive it. Now, you know, they say if miracle was the person, this is the face of the only surviving person from the
Oh,
Indian air yesterday that was traveling to London. Okay, you know social media and the way they think. So we lost like
yes.
240 something people, right? And this was the only
Wow.
person that survived. I think it's something that is worth thanking God for. Even though some people feel like, why are we thanking God? They don't understand. I really don't understand that mentality. Are we not supposed to thank God? How did this one person survive? There were families, I think there were family of like five, the man, the wife, and the kids that were relocating back to London from India as well. That actually died also. We didn't see anyone that survived, even the crew members, The pilots, we could tell that they were professionals, or the pilot is a professional person. But there are some things that happen that will be beyond your control. It does not have to do with
Yes.
professionalism. Yes, no matter how you're an expert in something, the expertise you try to put on into something, it might come in a situation whereby this thing is beyond you. It's happened and it has happened. But we need to start reflecting for this person that survived right now. You know, on the second thought, the trauma, is he ever going to a kind of stop thinking
Recover.
about stop thinking about the whole situation. Is he going to recover quickly from this? Because it's still going to disturb him, because according to reports, he said he saw a lot of body lying around him, some parts of the plane around him as well. The plane crash happens now. Everything is scattered and all of that.
Yes, yes.
How he
I'm not.
happened to survive, he doesn't know. He doesn't know how he managed to survive. So he saw people putting him inside an ambulance, right? I think his seat was in the front. I think number 11A. That was his seat number.
You
And
know,
it made me to sit down evening
this
and
this,
reflect.
this
How did this person survive? Are you going to tell me that the rest people that died, that they
has
are not
been.
praying,
It will
or
never
they do
be the
not love
same.
God? You
Mentally.
said what?
I said, yeah, mentally, it will never be the same because he has experienced such trauma. He has gone through such. He has seen something he has never seen in his life before. So I don't feel he's ever going to recover fully. When we come mentally, when we talk about his mental health, is really
That's
going to
true.
be affected.
That's true.
Yes, I feel. I feel people are commenting, what are we thanking God for him being the only
Yes,
one who
their
like some
mentality.
people have mentality. Some people have this mentality like the other people that died from the plane crash. Is it that they don't have God or they are not serving God? That is what so many people feel. Like, how come only this man survived? Is it that he's the only holy person in the plane? Why did others die? And you see some other people will say maybe the other people is their time, or is not this guy's time to die.
You don't
Everyone
even know
has their own
you don't even know the
take.
comment somebody made. If someone said, "Are you trying to tell me that God did not love the rest people that did not survive?" Life is so mysterious that if you want to start thinking about why certain things happen in this life, you get more confused. If we have 200 and something passengers that could not make it, you get, so how
Yeah.
comes only this man, right, was able to survive? And that's why I say we have every reason to be thankful to God. It shows that it's God is really a miraculous God. There's nothing that He cannot do. You know. On the other thought, I felt like um, the people that enter that plane, we don't have like a body tell like, oh, something is going to happen, something is not right. Let me go back. I don't know people that actually missed the flight. I don't know people that actually said, let me go back. I don't feel like going again. It happens to people sometimes.
And Mary, do you know
It
that there
happens
are
to people.
people who boarded that flight as well? Before the flight took off, they prayed.
Yes, as usual now.
You can't tell me out of 200 and something people, nobody prayed. Some of them might have prayed, God save, guide me through this flight and all that. And at the end, they are among people who died. So there are a lot of questioning. People will feel like, is it that God does not love these people, or God does not answer prayer? There are so many mysterious things that happen in this life that you cannot just explain. There are
It's for
some
it.
things that is just meant to be that you
Yeah,
can't change.
can't question it as well.
And some
This
others will say maybe this guy survived, maybe out of luck or something. You might go and check this guy's background and maybe he's not even a Christian. And you'll be wondering.
that is it. That is it. The thing is, no matter how technologically advanced the world is heading to, right? People made the plane, people were able to build it, and it's working. It's a means of traveling, or sorry, it's a means of transportation. But we cannot control accidents when it wants to happen. We cannot control. how accident is going to happen, or we cannot stop it from happening. So you see why I say no matter how intelligent we think we are, we create things. God will always be God. God is still God. He's beyond human imagination or human thinking. Yes, it's a good one. We're able to make this kind of transportation, but have you come to understand that accident that comes from plane is always brutal, very bad.
Yeah.
It's difficult for people to survive it. And why somebody else was analyzing yesterday that he was thinking that water transportation is the best. Maybe if you have your necessary kits and all of that, if there's accident, there's high chance of survival. Then I asked myself, is it the same water that a lot of people are scared of? The same water that some people cannot even enter? Because as long as I'm concerned, not everybody, you understand, can even travel through water in the first place. Road accident is also brutal as well. So no one is easy. You understand? So in all, I still say, well, let's just thank God. Let's just thank God for still this one soul that was saved. Because it's not like there's any means of transportation that is accident free. If you can be sincere with ourselves, no one is accident free. It happens to anyone,
Yes.
even sheep. You understand? It happens to anyone at any time and all of that. So I just said let me display his face here. It calls for um is worth displaying, right? Because for 200 and something people you survived, you can see that his picture is everywhere on the media. It's not something you say you want to neglect, something that is worth talking about. So we thank God for this one soul that was saved. So back to the topic of today. It says, are leaders a problem or blessing? Before I display this picture first, what do you think? What do you think? Are you going to say that our leaders are a blessing to us or a problem?
Ideally, these are people that are picked or selected or chosen by the people to serve them. So there are people who are supposed to serve the people, who are supposed to lead in the interests of the people, not for personal gains or personal interests. But as it seems, we can't say all the leaders are bad eggs,
Yeah, that's true.
but we have leaders who have actually turned to our own problem in the country. Because if we don't have leaders who have turned to problem in our own country, we won't be having protests. There will be no need for people to be crying every day. You go on
Coming
social
as
media,
protest
you
in
hear
the first
people
place.
complaining, crying for hunger. If there is no problem with our leaders, or our leaders are not giving us problem, we won't be crying. So we have
That's true.
leaders who are actually a problem to us, and we have leaders who have been blessings to us, who have brought us this far. Just like yesterday that we celebrated the democracy, is also a leader who made us gain that. So say we have leaders who are problems to us, and we also have leaders who have been blessings, or who are still a blessing to us, representing us in the right cause.
That's true. Just like I said while introducing the show, in as much as we complain about how our leaders have not been fair to us as Nigerians, let's tell ourselves the truth. There are still people that are gaining from it. Even there are still people that this particular regime, this particular leadership has been a blessing to. When we talk about leaders, we have to generalize it. We are not focusing on only the president or the minister or the governors. The local government chairman, they also are leaders. You
Yes.
understand? The kings, the one that the Christians complain that soldiers read the same slave trade. They are still the leaders. What impact have they been making in the local communities? You can't even see this. You understand? In the urban area, these things are much. They are rampant. Look at people. Look at the kind of water people use for survival. This thing now that you are seeing here, are you going to start calling on the president? When we know, if we can be sincere, that this thing is rampant, in the rural area, the local communities. So who are the people looking after the local communities? Is it not supposed to be the local government chairman or the kings, right? That are supposed to discover these communities, because now we have to bring down the local government chairman and say, okay, let them have their own autonomy so that they can now go roots deep into the local communities and see how they can give them good life. Yet we have people that are surviving through this. I know that, I don't know, I don't want to use myself as an example, but there are people that right now they can't even the least bathe, they can't bathe with this kind of water, because you just take them to the hospital the next day. Whereby you
Do
see
you know
people
that?
that are drinking this water and they are normal. I don't understand how. Look at, I don't understand.
And to tell you that, yes, some of our leaders are our problem, you will be shocked that so many communities that have this bad water, this mud waters, there are some leaders that allow this to happen. You see, they are doing some private shit in that community, like illegal mining and all that, buckry, oil buckry and all that, that is destroying the water in that community or nearby communities are not aware of. You'll be wondering who gave these people the authority, or how did they get that audacity to go into that community to do those illegal mining and all that. You'll be shocked that there are some leaders in that community that are backing these people up. That's why we say there are so many leaders who are a problem to their own people. Situation like this, you will question, how did this water get bad?
The question now, evening, this child that is drinking this water, I believe it did not just start on this day. So it has been like a normal water for them to drink. So how can this person be healthy? I know that it's not going to kill them all. Yes, they are, but how can this person be healthy? How can they live a healthy life?
You know one thing that these people normally
They are
say?
not
They
even
will say
fetching it to
disease
faith.
no dey
They are
kill,
not fetching it to
disease
another.
no dey
So
kill
this
African
one is
man.
drinking. This one is showing us that he's drinking the water. This child is
Yes,
drinking the water. Ha,
maybe he has been drinking that since the very day they gave birth to him.
oh my God.
And you see people with the mentality of disease no dey kill African man. That is what has been killing a lot of them. They know this thing is bad. If I take it, it's not good for my health. But this mentality of nothing they happen, they will go ahead. And many of them, they don't have any choice. They don't have a choice when there's no clean water anywhere. And you can't fight nature, you can't fight taste. You must definitely go tasty and want to drink. You want to quench that taste. When you can't find clean water anywhere, you can't keep waiting to die from taste. So many of them don't have any choice rather than to drink what is available or what is given to them.
Of course, you can't, just like you said, as a human being, you must be tasty, and we can't change it.
Yes.
But let's tell ourselves the truth. This same leadership, a lot of people are gaining from it. I hope we know. A lot of people will tell you the kind of contract that this particular regime has given to them. In fact, even they don't want the regime to end. And that is why they will do everything in 2027 to bring back this same set of people. Because maybe it's helping them in their business, their contracts, their positions they get, there are some offices they control. Perfect. So if you ask me that is it a blessing, yes, it's a blessing. But to some people, is it a problem? Is a problem. To so many people. To some people, it's a problem. It has been a problem and it is still a problem. While to some people, it's a blessing to them, and it has been a blessing to them. But can we call something a blessing where the larger number of people are suffering daily? When the larger number of people are being killed daily? When the larger number of people cannot even go out freely to do something for themselves? It is still people that are suffering drinking this kind of water that are still killed in these local communities. I hope you know.
It is really sad.
And we have leaders that they are assigned to these people to look after them, to give them good water, to give them good road. I'm not even talking about road. Let's talk about them. Safety first, right? Let's talk about them even having good water to take. How can somebody drink this and you're telling me the person will be healthy? How possible? Even if they are used to it already, it's the kind of thing they take already. So maybe their system is already used to it. In a way, in one way or the other, this water must be destructive to their health. I wish it's not, maybe they won't use it to cook our okay, maybe because it passed through the fire, they boil it. It's even though it's not even good, maybe to that extent, it's even better. But drinking this water like this, I don't know. It's good we are seeing this so that those people that feel they're benefiting from this regime will understand that there are a lot of people that are suffering as well. Okay.
And many of these people in the rural area, they don't even have this education that okay, you need to boil water to kill germs.
Yes.
They don't even care.
They don't know about it. It's not even they don't care. Are they even abreast, like, are they even aware of this kind of system? That should be the question. Are they even aware? You know that this kind of people right now don't even have access to good education. I hope you know. They don't have access to good
Yes.
skills. Are we going to start talking about hospital? Maybe when they're sick, they try to get house on themselves to treat themselves. This kind of people, you think they go to the hospital? How? What kind of this kind of people? Well, let me show you. This kind of person that is taking this water, how can they have good hospital? If they can have good hospital, will they be here having this kind of water as source of drinking water for themselves? This should also be a means of transportation for people. Where we know
Yes.
that they will come to the urban area to construct bridges and make videos of it for people to see that they have been working, they have been commissioning things. These are the people that need the bridges. These are the people that need the road. When you talk about road, bridges, these are the people that needs it. We are not even the ones. People in the urban area are not the ones that you say they need it. These are the people that need this bridge and this road. Yes, we still have people that will go and make pictures, take pictures of them, make videos of them, and still come out to post it. We should be ashamed of ourselves. Yes, we should be. We should be. We can't be in a country whereby we have people that have been assigned to take care of us, and in turn they happen to be problems to us. Because I really do not understand how a child at this age will be drinking this kind of water. Let me even display it very well. This kind of water, other people are still coming there to fetch. Do you know the kind of contamination that this water must have had? And you tell me it's a normal thing. We are Africans, nothing will happen to us even while we take this. No. That's why I said today I'm really not going to talk about even the president or the governors. No, that's not where my focus is. Today I want to talk about the local government chairman. Right now they say you push you have your autonomy. Can you people start focusing on these local communities? Because they are the ones that we are seeing right now. Let's put our interest more on the local communities. You don't come and establish the urban area and you're carrying it to showcase that you're establishing the urban area. No, they are not the people that needs this care. These are the people that needs this care. I'm not even talking about them not having access to light, them not having access to good road, them not having access to good schools, neither them or them not even having access to good health care. I'm talking about them having good water to take, because this has to do with their health, which is very, very important. And that's why I ask again, are leaders a problem or blessing? Are you going to say that they are blessings to us? They might be blessings to others. But for so many Nigerians, I think they need to do better. This is also another means of transportation for people. and they're already used to it. These are the places that need the good roads and bridges, where people can pass through. These are the people that needs it. Because if you ask me, this is another person fetching dirty water, and they will take this water to their homes, and it becomes a normal thing. This thing I'm saying right now is something they do in their day-to-day lives. In their day-to-day lives, it's like a norm to them. But this thing should not be normal. You're welcome, engineer. Good morning, sir. It
Yeah,
should
thank you
not.
very much, Mary. Good to see you. Good to be with you.
Yeah, welcome. It should not be normal.
Thank
It cannot even be a normal thing that people are using their hands to create debt for themselves. No, not because it is the way they planned it. No, it is not what they want for themselves. It is not what they wish for themselves. But there are people that are collecting money for a project like this that will not still make sure they do this project. You collect money for this kind of project, but you are not even working towards it. And that's why I say our leaders today, they will not totally be a problem, oh, because they are blessings to people that are benefiting from them. But what about people that are dying? We are not even started talking about people that have lost their lives, families that have lost their loved ones. Why? Because they are Nigerians. Why Nigeria has happened to them. Today we are focusing on people that cannot even take good water for themselves. This kind of child that is taking this kind of water, how can they access good health care? How? If they even had good education, they will even know that they should not even take this kind of water. Rather, even if they don't have any tap as well to access in that community, they should even boil this water before taking. Yet to have people that squander money, people that have a lot of money, that don't even know what to do with that money. The kings are not left aside. They are not, because they are also gaining. They are also getting money from these local communities as well. Is this project too big for them to create? Is it too big for them to handle? Is this something that cannot be done?
Mary, sometimes we use our own hand to buy problem for ourselves. Because when it comes to election time, you will still see people who put these people in power. People they know that this man, I'm not sure this man can give us good leadership. But they buy them off and they still sell their votes. So sometimes
They
we
say
bring
they
these
are poor
problems to
because of
ourselves.
poverty. Even if poverty is not much in this country, they will not. You will not see people that will be collecting money to vote people. It is still because of poverty. But I wish they can just, you see that they call it long truth. They can just kill that long truth. You understand? Kill that long truth and do the right thing. It would have been better.
Mary.
When we know that our leaders can actually do the right thing, they know the right thing to do, they neglect it. Tomorrow, when it's time for campaign, they will still go back to these same local communities to look for how they will vote for them. They're not even ashamed. They will pass through the bad road.
Unfortunately,
They will pass through the bad road and they will not be ashamed. That's why they will give them all lot
unfortunately,
of.
Mary, unfortunately, we are. I like the topic. Our leaders a problem or blessings. Yes, our leaders have been problems to us. The quality of leadership that the enemy, which are our institutions, because most of our elections are not credible in line with international. Forget even those international observers that come, they have compromised. It's what they ask them to say, that they will say on social media space and in the public domain. Our leaders have been a problem to us more than blessings. 80% of their leadership style has been problematic on the Nigerian context. Now, when I watched that video, I felt pain, but it's not something that is far-fetched. It's something I've seen happen. It's something If you travel the length and breadth of most of the South states, the nooks and crannies, you're going to see situations like this. And they claim to be the goose that lay the golden eggs. The environments have been compromised. You see them drinking water like this. I think I've navigated to a certain village in Delta State, and I found that it's where they drink water from. It's where they fetch water to cook. In the extremes, they defecate on the stream. So you can because they will get sick. They rarely have primary health care centers because they cannot have hospitals because of power and all that. Even the primary health centers, they rarely have. But all said and done, who are the kind of leaders that we have? We have selfish leaders, compromising leaders, wicked leaders that only remember the electorate when they have their needs, or when they have their needs at the way, or when they need their attention, rather, their political needs, when they want to patronize their votes. And in most cases, our citizens equally have a lot of problems to contend with, because you have passed through a tragedy. Forget everybody's complaining now. This, booze. Things are hard. You said? Yes, during election now, when the politicians are giving mandates with a war chest, financial war chest. And because the people are hungry and gullible, it becomes a lot easy for them to sway along the line of the selfish political merchants. I call them merchants. They're not politicians, they're political merchants. This major priority is more or less to take advantage of the gullibility of the impoverished citizens to achieve their selfish interests. And that's what we're facing right now. And it's so unfortunate that, look at the quality of that water that kid is drinking. Yes, it tells a lot about the society that we are in, that our leaders travel outside the country. Why do we always copy the bad things, not the good things? When you start complaining, they will tell you, say, it's not only in Nigeria, go to some other countries. Why don't we say light is not only in Nigeria, go to some other countries, they have 24 hours light? Why don't we copy things like that? Why don't we copy industrialization? Why don't we copy the security consciousness? We only copy the negative things when we want to justify the lack of leaders.
If you even say bad thing, where did they learn this one from? When they travel to all those Western world, did they see anybody drinking this kind of water? So, which of the bad thing are they copying? They're not copying. They have the bad thing in them. You understand?
Exactly.
Then the good ones that they sit there, they will not copy the good.
Mary, they will go to some rural African communities, and if they could even pay people to be drinking water and say, look at this is in so and so country, this is so and so country. It's not only about Nigeria. Governance is a long-term project. They must tell you a literary narrative that will suit their objective. It's so sad. It's so sad because we don't call them to order. We don't hold them accountable for their stewardship. We don't audit their time in office. Everything a politician will live in office, they will pay him severance allowance. For stealing, they will still pay you severance allowance. Severance allowance run into millions. And meanwhile, public servants that have retired have not been paid their pensions. The society is depleted with the impact of government and governance. What stops? Look at what that young man VDM is doing. I'm going to rural communities, building balls. What stops? Don't we have councillors from some of these local governments? Is allocation only to be shared?
What are they doing?
We have councillors.
We have councillors.
We have local government chairmen.
For these people. But rather they enrich themselves for their own personal gains and for their families.
But they collect money for this
interest of the people.
They collect money for this project. Why are they not working on it? That's even my pain. Why are they not working on it? Tomorrow we'll come and call the president, call the governors. No, they are not the problem. I thought they say local government and have their own autonomy.
Wait, look at Mary, have you studied your topic? You said our leaders, a problem or a blessings. Now our leaders equally are the local government chairman.
Yes.
Local government council. Leadership starts from even the world, even our churches. What are our leaders, our spiritual leaders, what are they doing Are they
Even
calling the government? Are they calling the government to order when they are failing in leadership? No. Our leaders in our workplaces, the local government councillors, okay, forget those ones. Why? We won't put much pressure on them because they don't have allocation, government allocation to carry out official responsibilities. But they have the platform they can present. Now, those leaders, councillors, local government chairmen, they have a call to duty because they get subvention, allocation from the federal government. What do they do with the allocations that are gotten? Is it for self-aggrandizement? Is it for sharing and putting into pockets? Local government has a responsibility, grassroots development. It is not solely the responsibility of state and federal government. Every arm of government has its responsibilities to carry out. And that is why we have this vacuum in leadership, because accountability is lacking. There's no prudent auditing of resources. We don't have a clear trajectory of how resources are sourced and how resources are used. All we're concerned about is sharing, and as it gets to you, everybody claims, now government, now politician now, you don't build house. All we think about is self, and forget something that life is vanity. We come and we go. What impact when you were local government chairman, when you were councillor representing your ward, when you were a state governor, when you were a member of the House of Assembly, when you were a member of the National Assembly, when you were the president, when you were, what will you be remembered for? What have you brought to bear on your kind of leadership? What has been your impact in leadership? These are questions that need answers. But in Nigeria, the answers are overbearing because the answers are there. We are becoming relevant. It's 2 years now into the regime. They have started singing. People are forming group, one team mandates group. Our people are so myopic in their thought line. Forming solidarity with the government. There's no constructive criticism. There's no opposition to create an ambience of responsibility in leadership. Where are we leading ourselves to? Very sickening.
Maybe you should check your sound. We can't hear you.
Okay, engineer, sorry. Just like the topic said, are leaders a problem or a blessing, right? Or can you agree with me that these same leaders has been a blessing to some people? Even though we know that to so many Nigerians it has been a problem because they really do not care about the people, but there are people that are benefiting from these leaders. Either through the project they get, the offices they handle, you understand? They are just through different means whereby these people benefit from. In fact, they get rich more and more. They even want this regime to continue. As I say, in as much as it's a problem to us, can we still agree that it's still a blessing to some people? Because why?
Yes, and that's where I'm coming from. Yes, from the angle of our topic, leadership has been a blessing to some. Have never left the corridors of power. Some have used leadership as a leeway to run away from responsibility. It has been a blessing. It has been a blessing to some communities. It has been a blessing to some individuals, a lot of individuals in the small sphere of leadership circle. That's why godfatherism thrives in our kind of democracy, because most leaders are elected based on content, capacity, responsibility. They were merely selected for their loyalty, whether they are bereft of ideas, for their loyalty to a certain leader, for their style of showmanship to a certain leader. Their loyalty encompasses so much. Their kind of loyalty is not the kind of loyalty that they can bring their children to show. It is the kind of loyalty where these people, as these so-called baby politicians, for example,
Are you there? Okay, I think engineer network is bad. Just like what? Can you hear me, engineer? Okay, just like what he said, there are a lot of people that benefit.
Making enemies for themselves. Line they really call for cry or for help, rather.
Okay, sorry, your network was bad, so I wasn't even hearing you at all. Okay, before we go into the papers of the day, I think the local government chairman, they should do better. Because if as a local government, just like what Engineer said earlier, if you can't even make impact from this small position, so how will you come tomorrow and say you want to drag for governorship? Because your record is there. Oh.
They
Your
will
record
come
is-
now. Where they voted for, they vote them, they will come because they have stolen the structure. So they will come. If the system, if the Godfather said those are the people, then we don't have a choice. We need to reform our electoral
But
law.
let's take a look at this picture. Let's be sincere. Now, these adults, these people now that are both children and adults that are coming to this place to fetch this water. You know what's telling me that in the whole village or in the whole community, no even one borehole.
Yes,
If
there are
there's
communities like that.
like
There
I
are
don't
communities like that. They live with stream water. There are communities like that.
so if there's no local government chairman,
Like
is there
that.
no king? But there are kings that they are subject to. Is there no king that we oh my god. You know that this thing is irritating to me. And people are going there to fetch this water and they will use it.
They will fetch it. I used to cook. I used to drink.
It will be shocking to you to know that it's only the king that has borehole in the whole,
Exactly, community.
the whole community, only the king that has borehole. And you can't even go there to fetch water. The general means at which people get water in that village or that community is the stream. You can't go to the palace and get water. It will be shocking to you that there are some communities like that, whereby the leaders care about their own interests. They don't care about what the people need or what the people want. Our leaders are supposed to be our guiding force to help the community, the state, or whichever achieve that goal that they're supposed to achieve, because the people appointed you in that position. So you are supposed to serve the people. But it has turned the other way around. The people are rather serving you to retain your power. And that is alarming.
Let's do a paper review. We'll see more of it on paper review.
It's really alarming.
It is. It's really, really alarming. I don't know if you can hear me. Sorry, they are cutting grass from outside, so the noise is really disturbing me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
get a paper review. Let's see what they
Yeah,
have.
we'll go to the paper, but before then, we'll go on a quick break. I'm actually trying to even round up the show on time.
Okay, no
let's
problem.
do a quick break and we'll be back shortly.
Nigeria Week London 2025. It's time to celebrate the pulse of Africa's most exciting nation. It's coming to Hippodrome Theatre from July 24th to 26, 2025, showcasing the best in Nigerian arts, music, fashion, and investment opportunities. Whether you're looking to discover the future of real estate, explore Nigeria's culinary masterpieces, or get immersed in an electric Afrobeat performance, this is the event of the year. You can also join us for a film festival, cultural dance spectacles, and the recognition awards. Don't miss out on the business opportunities and cultural experiences waiting for you. Book your tickets now before they're gone on eventbrite.co.uk. Call or text +447 438 893 190 or 080 330 46768 or +447 459 071 747. Visit our website superiorradioandtelevision.com. Nigeria Week London 2025, celebrating the best of Nigeria, is partnered with Civil Society, scaling up nutrition in Nigeria.
Welcome back, viewers, from that quick break. It's time for the newspaper review, and we'll be starting with the Punch newspaper. Let's see what the Punch has. You know, funny enough, you still be seeing the commissioning. These are government. They're so funny. I don't know. Okay, the big story on the Punch. We have Knox. Kudos as Tinubu honors June 12 heroes. And the writer says, Soyinka, 58 others honors Saruriwa Ogoni, 8 pardoned. We have a critics play, President for Uma. Odumakin, other commissions, and that story is on page 2. We also have a protesters, APC supporters hold parallel rallies in Lagos and Abuja on page 10. Democracy Day, fireworks, Tinubu opposition trade blows, and still on the punch, you see a picture of the president, the minister, and minister of state, and the commissioning of the roads, Katampe, Mabushi, and lots of them. I think these are one of the achievements that have been showcased. Maybe this one will be seen for like for the next 6 months. The project that have been commissioned. I don't know how. I don't know how it's something that will not drink water again in this country. Okay, so moving forward, we have the Daily Trust. Sorry about the noise. We have PDP, ADC, SDP take on Tinubu on opposition comments. No democracy as long as Rivers is under emergency rule. Coming from Dixon. Protests against hardship floods in states. We have 8 family members die in Zaria auto crash. And still on the Daily Trust, survivor narrates moments before crash that killed 240 people. June 12, governor seeks commitment to democratic ideas. Tinubu honors Yar'Adua, Balarabe, Musa Kudirat, Abiola Soyinka, and others. And these are all the stories we have this morning on the Daily Trust. Okay, engineer, I don't know what
but that's
this would be a good place for me to wrap up the show because the noise is really disturbing and it's getting worse.
yeah, it is.
Cut the grass outside there and it's close to the wind. So I don't know, what's your final speech before we cut the show a wrap?
Well, I mean, Nigeria is unfortunately, like one of the writers said, a true reflection of celebration of Democracy Day is to have restored democracy back to Rivers State. That would have been a true reflection. We're celebrating Democracy Day, and we're subverting the democratic ideals of a people, of a state. And another thing, I should have suggested that someone like Nnamdi Kanu should have shown magnanimity because the government has not been able to establish any case, any strong case. I mean, this trial has been going on for too long a time. If they don't have a strong case, I mean, they should accept, and the man should have been released by the executive or presidential amnesty so that this country can start healing. It's a process, and the government needs to take security much more seriously because it's not about celebrating Democracy Day. It's about, are we truly practicing true democracy, or we have our own version of democracy? And that is what we're facing today. Until we start doing things rightly in line with international best standards, it will be very difficult. And people need to be made accountable because there's no law. Nobody's going to jail for stealing and looting. People that have stolen our collective commonwealth, we see them become leaders, statesmen, on receiving awards. And what is the mindset of the average Nigerian? That we're not a serious people, but we can change that narrative.
Thank you so much. Just like engineer said, are we truly practicing democracy? Of course, you are not. Even what's your last word before I cut the show?
Engineer has said it all, and like I said from the beginning of the show, the people appointed you in that position to serve them. So whenever the people cry, you should listen to the people's cry. People are crying for hunger because there is hunger in the land. You should listen. Rather, they are commissioning roads and bridges. Why people are dying from hunger? People are not safe in their own country, in their own homes. So I think you should listen to the people's cry. You should do what the people want, not what you want, because you are serving the people. You are not serving yourself. You should stop enriching yourself. Politics is not for personal interest. It's for the public. It's for the people. So I feel our leaders can do better. They can do better, and Nigeria will become a better place.
Thank you so much, Shibli. Our leaders can do better. I think our leaders should be a blessing to us and not a problem. You can't elect a problem to your life. We can't bring in people and they become a problem to us. The killings and everything has been so alarming. I think they should do better. Okay, this would be a good place to wrap up the show on Rise and Shine. Nigeria on ART. And tomorrow will be weekly bulletin. So see you tomorrow by 11 a.m.
All right, see you there. Bye-bye.
Yeah. I remember your girl, Lizzie. Bye.
Nigeria Week London 2025. It's time to celebrate the pulse of Africa's most exciting nation. It's coming to Hippodrome Theatre from July 24th to 26, 2025, showcasing the best in Nigerian arts, music, fashion, and investment opportunities. Whether you're looking to discover the future of real estate, explore Nigeria's culinary masterpieces, or get immersed in an electric Afrobeat performance, this is the event of the year. You can also join us for a film festival, cultural dance spectacles, and the recognition awards. Don't miss out on the business opportunities and cultural experiences waiting for you. Book your tickets now.